Shalom Akim, Yahweh Shah Barakatam, double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and to the hopeful elect, looking forward for the salvation of Yasha Island. And it's another quick precept brothers need to be mindful of. Yep, so I'm just going to go all the way to the book of First Peter, through Second Peter, chapter 2. There was that at verse 4, because we already finished the period of the Passover, but the Passover is not really over, because the Most High judgment is coming on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, every minute, every hour. So it's important the men of the Lord have that mark of exemption. So it's one of those things we need to keep in remembrance, because you're gonna be tested, and it's a journey you gotta embark on, man. There's no I can't finish this journey. I can't get the resources I need. Yeah, you gotta push on. You gotta make it to the next mile after that, and the next mile after that, till you get towards the end. And then your rest will be at the end, which is in the kingdom. So, this is verse 4, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4. For if Yahweh spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness to be reserved unto judgment. So, it's important to understand that, we as a nation of Israel, the Most High's chosen nation, has sinned, and we're currently, subject to payments, in captivity, being oppressed on a daily basis. And we just got to understand the reason why the Most High put us here. Some will get that judgment unto salvation, while others will receive the judgment unto damnation. They're already condemned. So salvation is just for the counted few that the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shai has accounted worthy. And then in verse 5 it says, and spared not the old world, but saved Jonah the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. Because, before the judgment comes, the Most High always sends His word out, to give the people warning. It's like in the book of Ezekiel, it lets you know. Let me get that real quick. This is verse 17. Let's start verse 16. And it came to pass at the end of 7 days that the word of Yahweh Shai came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, Thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his way, to save his life, The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. Again, when a righteous man doth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die, because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he had done shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man, that the righteous sin not, and he doth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned, and thou hast delivered thy soul. So that's the reason why, Noah was out there, to give warning. Those that took heed, they were saved from the flood. And those that did not, they got destroyed. So that's what's going to be like, as we continue in the spirit of the Passover. You just can't say, oh, well, the Passover is over. Nah, doesn't work like that. Because the Passover signifies the deliverance, of Yahweh Shai's, people from captivity. But all in all, the ones that are meant to be saved, in this dispensation of time, the elect, just like the blood was on the homes, the posts of the door, to be a mark of exemption. When this destruction is coming at a rapid pace here in Babylon and across the whole earth, that mark of exemption still got to be on the men of the Lord, so that way they are not going to lose their faith. They will not taste of the destruction that's coming. Some of us will be martyred for the truth, but that's a different situation entirely. That's the power of the Most High, being at work to prove that, whether you live or die for this truth, your reward is still going to be great. You're still going to get salvation. He's going to raise you up, in the spirit, in a new body, in a new mindset, raise you up in righteousness. So there's no other way, man, to get salvation, but only through Yahweh Shem Shai. And head on back to verse 6 in the book of 2 Peter. And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemn them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after shall live ungodly, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them in seeing and hearing vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. Yep. So being righteous, being faithful to the word of Yahweh Shem Shai, it's not a journey, that you're having smiles on your face all the time. That you're going to be in a joyous mood, in a joyful spirit. It says you're going to be offended at the wickedness, at the sinful deeds that are occurring around you, the resting of judgment away from those that deserve justice, that need to be recompensed, for the sufferings they've endured, because the Most High is terribly displeased, with America, with Babylon the Great, with the heathen, with the Edomites. Yep. And also with 2/3 of the nation of Israel. So the Most High got to bring that judgment, to sift the righteous away from the congregation of the wicked, the congregation of the dead. So that way, the salvation will be really, really seen as salvation. There has to be that separation from the destruction that's coming. Um, this is verse 9. The Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. So we as a man of the Lord, we have to understand that your sufferings, your sighing and crying, your anger at this world for their sinful deeds, for their ways of oppression, their unrighteous dealings, that is not falling on deaf ears, in the heavens, in the kingdom of Yahweh Shemi Shai. The Most High has a first-hand knowledge of what's happening down here. So, don't get frustrated and just, throw away, your courage or your faith. It's time to buckle up more. It's time to tighten up. We gotta pray the Most High quicken the days so that way we get out of this captivity. You do not have to be at the sight of unrighteousness around you, because it's terrible, to be in the presence of wickedness, and then you do not have the power to correct it, because at one point in time, the men of the Lord were in darkness, but when the Yahweh Shema Shai brought us into that light, to show us that it's worthy, it's beneficial to our souls, to our spirit, to be righteous, so that way we do not continue to walk as we did, as hypocrites in the past. So it's very important that we do not lose sight of our sufferings, man, because the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is not going to forget, how diligently, how stiffly the men of the Lord stood for the truth. You don't have to have second thoughts as per doing the Most High's work. It should be the primary thing on your mind. So, that's just a few precepts I just wanted to bring out early. So, hope our brothers have been edified, and, stay focused on the faith. Don't lose your head and throw in the towel. Can't walk around with your head in the sand. And just pray the Most High continue to guide you and sup with you, because this truth, the scriptures, these holy scriptures, is the only inheritance that we surely have and we need to keep daily. You need to fast and pray and ask the Most High give it the spirit of discernment, and not just to fall by the wayside, because the hour of temptation is drawing near. Brothers just need to make sure that they get right with Yahweh Shemi Shai. That's what it boils down to. Get right with Yahweh Shemi Shai. So that, being brought to the forefront, brothers just gotta make sure that you take heed to every word that's written within the scriptures. Arakim, Yahweh Shema Shai Barakatah. Stay humble, stay focused, and double honors to the elders apostles of Great Millstone, and to the brothers, the Arakim of Yahweh Shema Shai, the elect, the Habakayim. Stay sincere. Alright, Shalom.